Want to watch me destroy a painting? But I'm doing it for a good reason. Hi there, I'm Janine. I'm an artist and I share my creative journey on this channel. When your painting is looking nice but a little bit boring, you might want to take some drastic measures and paint over a lot of it. That's exactly what I'm doing today. There are actually two transformations going on in this video. One where I love the result and one that might make you lose faith in what I'm doing. I went over these two with some spray paint last time and it's just gotten rid of a lot of the interest. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll try something bold. I've got some yellow, or it's yellow oxide and a little bit of premixed yellow. I think I'm just going to put on top of this one over quite a large surface. I'm also not liking it being so dark anymore. And on this one, maybe I'll add quite a lot of pink. We'll see how that goes. I think I want to start with this catalyst wedge, which is like a silicone wedgy scraper. Start on the yellow one because I'm a bit more excited about that. I'm going to take little bits of both, not mix them completely, so I've got a bit of variation in the colour. And then I'll also use a large brush to spread it out a little bit. And I'm not thinking too much about what I'm doing, where I'm putting it. And I want to also add it to a few other places. I want to add some glazing fluid to this so I can make it more transparent. And then I'll put a few little bits over here as well, just to tie them together. And then I want to add some pink to this one here. Probably in this middle bit, where I've sprayed a lot. Spray paint. This is a light pinkish colour that I mixed a while ago, and I've still got the yellow on this brush. So it'll probably be a mixture of the yellow and the pink. I think I need to break that horizontal bit up here. I'll also add some pink over here into the yellow that's into the yellow that's still wet. I want some more yellow over here, but more of a glaze. I'll add a bit of magenta so it's a bit warmer, and then quite a lot of glazing fluid. I'm going to use a slightly thinner brush that doesn't hold as much paint, and that way I can spread it a bit easier. I'll add a little bit of this muted red colour to tone that yellow down as well. So make this bit a bit more yellow. I've just painted over with the pink. I think I'll try and add some of a light blue over here. It's very light, so I might change my mind again. So to disturb what's there currently. And I really want to clean up some of these marks here. I think this might be a bit too light, but let's try it. Again, trying to add that colour somewhere else. I'm going to take some of this muted red, just a small brush, and add a bit of a larger shape over here. I think this needs more yellow. And this light spray I don't like. I think I'll paint over that a little bit once it's dried. I want to add a lot more movement that's not just vertical and horizontal strokes. So I'm going to use this makeup brush and make some more swirly marks. I'm also thinking this is a bit too strong, so I want to take it back a little bit. And then I want to introduce a bit more of this dark red where I'm also using a mop brush, which is actually quite similar to that makeup brush that has not got a flat top. And I'm just kind of dry brushing and blending that colour up. So I want to go a bit more over these lighter bits here. And I just want to add this colour in other bits. Just making some of it a bit smoother with a little bit of water. Over here, I want this down here to be a bit more of the blue again. It's not quite that blue now, but we'll go with it. You can also add a touch of darker blue. I think this one could do with a little bit more of a yellow area here, possibly also over there. Start with that one. I'll maybe get rid of the beige that I've got on this brush over here. Make that a bit smoother too. I think I need to make it a little bit darker, brownish. So I could just use some, actually I'll mix some of this dark red in here. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly the colour I wanted. I think it's a bit too opaque, but I'm gonna wipe some away with a cloth, hopefully while it's still wet. Actually, I also quite like that it's a bit more opaque. So maybe I won't wipe it with a cloth. Maybe this could be a little bit darker. Maybe too dark now. I'll try and blend it with the yellow. I might have to wait till this is dry because there's still a bit of light colour here. That's mixing in with the yellow. So it's all quite bitty and individual shapes. So I want to connect them a little bit with a more blended texture. I think also here on the edge I need to make it a little bit more yellow. Maybe even a touch darker. I also want this edge to be quite dark. I do want this to be more of the greyish blue. See what colour this makes. Oh yeah, perfect. Sort of. I think I want this bit to be lighter.
If you like this video, consider subscribing.
And here I'll add the yellow again. And you can always see a little bit still of the previous mark, and that just adds a bit more interest. All the different layers are adding to the texture of the painting. I think I'm going to do a little bit of just pure yellow here. But it's standing out a bit too much, so I'm mixing it with the other colour. This bit down here is still too busy. It might be too dark. I'll leave it for now. It's still too busy. I think this bit here needs to be a bit calmer. Definitely the bottom is very busy. Might add a bit more light in the middle. I know I had some light here. I got rid of it, but I think I need to reintroduce some. And also maybe go over the pink a little bit. Maybe it's too pink down here, next to all the blue. Would like to keep this bit of yellow here. I need to do something different on this one. It's looking a bit boring, so I want to add something a bit more energetic for now that I can then remove it if I want to. I've got this brush from the hardware store, which is just like a large round brush, much bigger than what you would get as a round brush in an art store. Mixing a kind of similar to this blue colour, like a light greyish blue, at least that's the intention. And then this is very green, but maybe green's not bad. We'll see what it does. A little bit of water to make it a bit more fluent. Then I'll add some different colours in here. It's actually a few neutral colours in this little pot. Some lighter ones. And then just because it holds more paint and more liquid, I'm going to use the makeup brush again. I'll probably remove most of that later or paint over most of it, but I just want to give this some energy. I'll use a large brush. Go in with some lighter, actually I might. No, I'll use this beigey colour. It's very scary to do this, but I'm trying to stay brave. I'm sure it'll all work out in the end. I'm going to scrape into it. Add some marks that way. Just need something new on here that I can respond to, because I was getting a bit stuck. Getting a big brush and lots of paint always helps, I find, to get unstuck. I really like this texture here that's coming out. I'll see if I can do that over here as well. And maybe down here. I'm just thinking whether to leave it to dry and then start working with it, or whether I should add some more paint. I think I want to add a little bit more, but I don't want to go too far. While it's wet, I'll also add a few more smaller scratch marks, just with a skewer, a simple wooden skewer. Most of this is already quite dry. Makes such a weird noise. Quite a bit of a thick paint. I'm just moving that around with this bit of skewer. seeing what it does. A lot of really interesting effects happening here now. But again, it's too busy, so I will have to tone it down. I might need to leave it to settle for a bit. But now that I got it going again, I don't really want to stop. It's quite fun. I just need to make sure that I'm not always making really small shapes. I need to keep the shapes fairly large. Down there I want to do something. There's a little bit of this darker blue. Let's see if I can mix that in. Connected to that slightly blue shape over here that's still there from before. I think that was too much. But I can connect it to this line. Quite like that. And also this down here, make this a bit more blue. Right. I think I'll leave it to dry for a bit and then sort that out more. Over here, I definitely like the yellow. I think that helped a lot. And this I feel like is too dark now, and I maybe want to take it up a bit more. I'm going to take some transparent dark paint, go over this area. So I'll take some glazing fluid, a little bit of dark blue paint, and then a little bit of the dark red paint, and some water to spread it better. And I'm actually mainly using the glazing fluid, so it's very transparent and not very much paint. A little bit more red and some more glazing fluid. Let's put it straight on here. I'm leaving some of these more colourful bits here. And then to blend it up here, I'm going to get rid of a little bit of the paint on my brush. So I've only got very little left. And then I use a spray bottle with water and spray that above here. So I'm basically blending it into water. I'll see what that looks like when it dries. It'll maybe dry more transparent. We'll see. Again, the light shape, I'm not sure if it's too busy or not interesting enough. I'm going to try some sanding here. It works much better on wood panel, but I'm going to try anyway. And as I suspected, it didn't really do much. It just shows a little bit more of the canvas texture, which I don't really like showing the canvas texture. I think it's a bit too dark, maybe. Maybe I need to make this bit a little bit lighter and blend it into this. I'll just put some glazing fluid straight on here again. Got a bit of light paint on here. Also got a little bit of dark paint on here. I think I'll use this light blue, because there's quite a bit of blue here. I'm getting rid of most of the paint on my brush again, spraying the area around it. I'll scrape into that a little bit to just add a tiny bit more texture. And I did say this is too dark, but I think I'll leave it to dry. No, let's just try it. This is quite a good brush because it doesn't hold much water. It's very thin, so it's good for spreading really thin layers of paint and glazing.
I've got quite a nice mixture of colours down here now. Some more yellow, red and blue. Gives it a nice variety. But who knows, I might change that again. Looking at it from further back, I'm not too keen on it, but that might be because it's got the glazing fluid in it, which makes it a bit whitish. Now this is definitely a big mess. We'll get to that next time.
You might think that the painting on the right was a fine painting before, and I totally agree, but it wasn't enough for me. And to be able to move forward, I had to paint over it so I could respond to what's on the canvas next time. And trust me, it will get better. What do you do when you're stuck with a painting? I would love to know in the comments. If you want to see the progress of these paintings so far, click the link in the description to watch the whole playlist. Thanks and bye bye.